on, it is another day. Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. Where are we going today, Mr. Skeleton? We are cruising today, y'all. We are going on a spooky adventure. We're going to be cruising all over the Kansas City metro area today. So fellow Kansas City ghoulie out there over on the Facebook group, let me know that Lee Summit, if you're in the Kansas City area, Lee Summit, their at-home store has some Halloween. So we're going to go check it out. And apparently the one up north also has some Halloween. But I thought if we cruise out to the one in Lee Summit, we'd basically be halfway to Old Time Pottery, or Gabe's now. It used to be Old Time Pottery, now it's Gabe's. So I thought we'd do a whole spooky day adventure. We're gonna cruise out to At Home right now, see what they got. I know every store looks a little different right now. Some areas are getting only dishware, some areas are getting the big stuff, some areas are getting pillows and blankets and everything else, and some are fully stocked and looking good. So we're gonna see what kind of spooky goods we can find at Home out here in good old Lee Summit, Missouri, y'all. And then we're gonna try to find a Michael's while we're there. We're gonna try to find a Michael. I know there's a Michael's there. I used to live out here. I just don't know where everything's at anymore, because the last time I lived here was probably 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm that old. I feel like I'm only 20. But I think it was about 20 years ago is when I lived in Lee Summit. My first apartment was there. Actually, that's where I brought home baby Neens. So I lived there with a little Neens, you guys. She looked like a little guinea pig when she was a baby. Like, she was so little. The tiniest little nugget. Oh, she was little all the way until the end, but she was the tiniest little baby. Like, the littlest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, so we're going to At Home, Michael's, Gabe's / Old Time Pottery, because you might still have an Old Time Pottery in your area. So I'm going to call it Gabe's / Old Time Pottery, just in case you're like, I don't have a Gabe's. But if you have an Old Time Pottery still, I think it's the same thing. Okay. Anyways, speaking of Michael's, I wanted to tell you guys this hilarious story. I have to tell it. I've told it since it happened, and I don't feel like it's as funny when you tell it. It's one of those, I don't know if it's one of those where I had to be there, but I have to share it with you guys because we've been talking a lot about Michael's, like all the Halloween stuff coming out. I want to tell this story because I was cracking up. Okay, so I posted over on Instagram a video, my spooky town. Like, I went to Michael's and I saw the spooky town, and I posted a little short clip or Instagram reels of the spooky town at Michael's. And the caption said something like, or the description said something like, always excited to see spooky town at Michael's, or something like that. Okay, I posted, no big deal, move on with the day. Then I hear Dallas, he's on his phone and he's snickering, or like letting out like a little giggle. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? And he goes, Jade, who is Big Mike? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. What do you mean Big Mike? I don't even know what you're talking about. He's like, Jade, look at the post you just made on Instagram. So I look at the post and it says, can't wait to see Spooky Town at Big Mike's. At Big Mike's. Like, linked, like where you can click on it. It's linked to a profile, Big Mike's. And I'm like, what did I just do? Like, in my mind, I'm thinking I just tagged some bodybuilder named Big Mike, or something like, probably some bodybuilder named Big Mike somewhere thinks I'm coming to his house to see Spooky Town. Or like, I don't know, a used car lot or something. I don't know what I just tagged. So anyways, Dallas clicks on it, and it's Michael's. It's Michael's Instagram, and it says in the name, Big Mike. Like, it's Michael's Stores is the name of the Instagram account, but the name, like at the top, says Big Mike. Big Mike's. And I'm like, what? So Dallas is like, do people call Michael's Big Mike? And I'm like, I don't, like, suddenly I know nothing about life. I'm like, I don't know. Do people call Michael's? I've never heard it called Big Mike's. Dallas is laughing so hard at this point because we were for sure we tagged somebody named Big Mike, like for sure. Because in all of these years, we've talked about Michael's And I've been calling him Michael, like a proper Michael. Like, we go to Michael's, we're like, all right, Michael, we're coming in. And the whole time he goes by Big Mike. I had no idea. Do you guys call Michael's Big Mikes? Does anyone? Let me know in the comments. Are you calling Michael's Big Mikes? Have I been living under a rock? I had no idea. So anyway, today, longest story longer, we're going to At Home, Big Mike's, and Gabe's, everybody. Big Gabe's. I don't know, the little Gabe's. No, we're so unserious, everybody. Dallas and I were laughing so hard, you guys. Part of it was I was laughing so hard because Dallas was laughing so hard. He was giggling, and then that makes me laugh really hard because he's laughing. Because Dallas has the funniest, like when he gets a contagious laugh going, it makes me keel over. Like I just laughed so hard because I really thought that I sent the spooky family to go check out the tag Big Mike's, and that Big Mike may have seen it pop up on his feed like, oh hey, just another day lifting weights. And then spooky family's coming over to look at Spooky Town at your place, man. No, I don't know, but I thought it was really funny. So anyway, I changed it manually to Michael. So I think it's Michael's now, but for a minute there, it was Big Mike's, y'all. It was Big Mike's, and I had no idea. And I was like, what? Are they gonna know what I'm talking about? Like, are some of you guys gonna see that post and be like, is Big Mike's a new store? Or like, what's the deal? Lord, you guys, so funny. Wait, where am I going? 50. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, At Home. We're about, how far are we? 7 minutes away. At Home. 1,000 feet. All right, we're here at Home. We're going in. It's feeling extra soggy today, y'all. Oh, I didn't realize these were blow molds. I thought these were wooden nutcrackers when I saw them in pictures. These are blow molds. I had no idea this whole time. A good old skeleton horse. We got these big guys over here. A scarecrow on a swing. Let's see what he does. Oh, nothing. Do you do anything? No, nothing yet. To be determined. And a ghost. He's a good looking ghost. It's long. It's a long dog. These guys are cute. These little ghosties with the jack-o'-lanterns. So cute. Okay, my not mature brain could not for the life of me figure out what was happening here. But apparently now my brain has registered the witch is pouring potion into the cauldron. But for a second there I was like, what is happening here? Oh my god. This is glorious. Big old gargoyle back this year. Looking extra swole. We've got the vultures back this year. I love this piece. Look at the witch. She is huge and she's beautiful. The bigger version of the Cracker Barrel witch. They've even got the costumes for the skeletons this year. A cowboy skeleton, a Santa skeleton. What are you doing here, sir? Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Look at these pots. These are huge. Jack-o'-lantern ones. How much do I want for these? $100 for the skull. $50 for the medium one. Yeah, $100 for the big one. $50 for the medium. They also have the small one. This is so cute. There's some little mums in there. We've got the smaller skull too. Oh! We did some damage in there, y'all. We did some damage. Damage was done. Everyone, we just saw Halloween at Home, and so many of the items on my list this year were there. All in one store. They had the really good goods, and a bunch of them I wanted to see in the flesh, like that big gothic chair. is beautiful in person. I saw pictures of it on the Facebook group, but seeing it in person is a whole different experience. It is so detailed. It is so good looking. I wish it was more of an indoor chair, more upholstered looking. It is, to me, it's more like indoor outdoor, but it's not very comfortable to sit on because it's hard. It's similar feeling to the one, but not shiny. This one's matte black, but it's similar feeling to sit on as the one at Home Goods last year, the big throne chair they had. They also had, first of all, their workers in there. Everybody was so nice in there. So nice. More than happy to check on things like, hey, what are you looking for? So nice. They were friendly, putting stuff out. I was talking about the witch with this gallon. Oh my gosh, she was so nice. And then I mentioned that I wanted the big cauldron. Well, here she comes, like probably 5 minutes later, as I'm over getting some shots of the in-your-face Halloween stuff. She's like, Jade, you'll never guess what I just saw in the back coming off the not off the truck, but off the, like, they're unloading it to put it on the carts to come out. She's like, I saw the cauldron. Do you want it? And I'm like, yes. And the one thing I was really wanting for my witch collection in general and my witch mantle, the one thing I was wanting was a big old cauldron. And so they had the big old cauldron. And this one is beautiful, and it can also be used as a planter. So if I don't want to use it inside anymore, I've gone through all my different themes with it, my witch theme and all that stuff, I can put it outside and plant a big old plant in it. So it's got multi-purposes, which I love. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. But yeah, so I needed a big cauldron. I have little cauldrons, but I was wanting a big one for in front of my, my fireplace area. I was wanting a big old cauldron, and At Home came through. And on top of that, I had my gift cards that they sent me earlier in the season with that PR box they sent. So thank you, At Home, for my new cauldron. I'm so excited about it. Okay, they also had the big old buff gargoyle is back this year. He was there in all his glory. They had the vulture lamp thing back, the little vulture lamp. I love that piece. They had, they were pulling, I didn't get a visual of it, but they were just starting to bring out the crow lamps. So if you're in the Kansas City metro area and you're looking for the crow lamps, they were just starting to put them out, but I didn't get visuals of them because they were actually picking them up and putting them on the thing. So I didn't want to get anybody else's face or anybody else in the shot. Because I don't know if other people want to be on the YouTubes, but they had the crow lamps. They were starting to put those out. They just put the witches out. So they had several of the big witches. I think those are beautiful. And if I didn't already have a big witch, I would get her. But I have the big witch from Cracker Barrel a couple years ago, but I love that piece. I know it's popular. It's popular for a reason because it's so pretty. It looks just like the big Cracker Barrel witch, but there's less detail. The Cracker Barrel witch obviously is much smaller, but it has more detail than the bigger one. And the one from At Home lights up. It has a green light in it. So anyway, but she's beautiful. They also had some tombstones, a couple of different tombstones. They had a big cross tombstone, like the bigger Gothic pieces they were starting to get out. They had this really pretty Gothic picture, like wall decor picture. They had a pretty cathedral window, like a stained glass cathedral window looking tabletop decor piece, and some melted candles, I think a little sign that said, "Welcome, foolish mortals." And they were still setting up this little Gothic area, but they did have a couple of things out and some bigger pieces out. But it's looking good so far. I cannot wait to see the whole thing. And they had a couple of things in the little witchy area. They had some witchy, every year, usually Michael's does a witch picture every year that's super popular. They did kind of their own version at Home. They had these witchy pictures, but these had more texture to it, more dimension. It had like the print, and then it had paint over it, like a texture over it. It almost looks like they're doing because I saw some of the pillows said good witch and bad witch, so almost is like a Wicked kind of inspo, I think, in this witchy section, because there's some light pink stuff. They had a little pink hat. They had some faux looking potion bottles, almost like little tabletop decor pieces. They had just a couple of things in this little witchy area. Not a whole lot yet. A lot of empty shelves in this area. What else did they have? They had a whole bunch of pillows in the Halloween section that had everything from ghost and witch hats, a line of ghosts with brooms. They had They had cat pillows, they had pumpkin pillows, they had skeleton pillows, they had pillows with skulls, more gothic looking pillows, festive Halloween pillows, but they had a lot of Halloween pillows in this area and all the classic Halloween colors, every kind of Halloween themed pillow thing you can think of. Then they had, what else did they have in this? Oh, they had some blankets. Had fleecy, soft fleecy blankets with different frames, like these little framed jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins and little Halloween-y things. They had a bunch of fuzzy, fleecy blankets. And then they also had a blanket that wasn't fuzzy and fleecy that was really cool looking. I saw these online and I fell in love with them. They're $35, but they're beautiful. And they have kind of this damask looking print on them. They didn't have the gothic one, but they had the orange one with the jack-o'-lanterns and the different, like it was the orange and black one. But the gothic one's really pretty too. Anyways, what else do we see quickly? What else do we see? Oh, we saw these big planters. They are beautiful. They have these big jack-o'-lantern looking planters that were $100, and the medium sized one was $50, and I couldn't remember what the small one was, probably $25, $30, something like that. Then they had the skull ones in the medium size and the smaller size, and they are beautiful looking planters, very physically heavy planters. They're really cool looking. I had never seen those, and I believe those are new this year. I don't remember seeing planters like that last year. Maybe they had a skull one, but I don't remember seeing a jack-o'-lantern one. And then they also had a little in-your-face Halloween area with a couple of things set up. They had the big Nutcracker figure, not the blow mold like we saw when we walked in, but the actual figure. Then they had stacked pumpkins. They had some ghosts, like a ghost on a stand, a ghost planter. They had wicker looking or woven basket, woven looking ghost. They had the baskets, the jack-o'-lantern baskets with the witch hats. They had those, and the big one and the small one. And then they had a bunch of little trinkets, little Halloween trinkets, little lines of ghosts and little countdown tabletop decor, little ghosty decor, black cats, jack-o'-lanterns. The whole crew was there. I'm loving their in-your-face Halloween line this year because it looks like they're returning to classic Halloween. The last several years we saw a lot of cartoony, cutesy, and this is cartoony and cutesy, but not less of the cartoony figures so far from what I'm seeing, and more of the classic Halloween jack-o'-lanterns, orange, black cats, ghosts, those types of things I'm seeing in this area so far. They may have an area of that line that is more cutesy with the little, you know, the little cutesy witch and the little cutesy ghost that looks almost like a balloon or something. It's, you know what I'm talking about, the really cutesy stuff. But they also, if they do bring that back, they also have an in-your-face Halloween section that's just classic Halloween that I'm loving. Anyways, then they had a little section that had like the scarecrow guy hanging down that was on a swing, like some smaller animatronic looking guys, and a ghost. They weren't working yet, but they either light up or say things or all of the above. And then a bunch of the bigger skeletons, like the groundbreaking skeletons, they were in their boxes still, but they had them out. They had a rotten pumpkin groundbreaking guy, classic groundbreaking skeleton, a skeleton horse. They had a, what else did they have? A bunch, oh, they had the fountain back. I forgot to mention that. They had the skull fountain thing. They didn't have it out, but they had it in the box. Then they also had some inflatables, like a headless horseman inflatable, like some ghosts, I think, or I don't know. They had a bunch of inflatable guys. A Frankenstein inflatable. Oh, they also had this huge gothic bench that had these skulls. It was so cool looking. It was just a big gothic bench. They had a bunch of them there in boxes, and they had one out on display. It looked so good. Oh, and then guess what I saw coming out on the cart? I was looking for some more of the foresty witch stuff, and on the cart when I was walking by, I was walking back through to make sure I didn't miss anything, and there it was. They had just brought it out. The stack of mushrooms. They only had one, so I grabbed it, but they had the mushroom stack that will be perfect for my foresty witch theme, my folky foresty cottage witch theme. Also, my whimsical fall decor, and also my mystical, magical, whimsical spring decor. I feel like it'll cross over to all those. Anyway, we're here at Michael's. I'm losing my voice, Mr. Skeleton. What is happening? We're here at Big Mike's. We're going in. All right, everyone. Oh, wait, I need to type in Gabe's. We gotta go to Gabe's, y'all. We still got places to go, Halloween to see. And so far today, we have seen Halloween at every single place, Mr. Skeleton. Finally, it feels so good. I love these kind of days where we see Halloween everywhere. Everywhere. We saw Halloween at home. We just saw, okay, lady, where do I go? Left? Okay, left? Yes. We just saw Halloween at Michael's. We didn't see the vintage spirits line I'm desperately hunting for, but I'll take any Halloween I can get. Oh, come on. Are we gonna turn on a blinker or no? So I just assume you're turning. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. We're not using blinkers today, just me, I guess, everybody. Okay. Anyways, not gonna get road rage. We're not gonna let road rage ruin our day, Mr. Skeleton. We're not gonna do it, sir. We did not see the vintage spirits line. That's the one I'm stalking right now. But we did see the mischief and magic line. The bright color pinks and teals and lavenders and the swirly looking psychedelic disco ball line. That's what we saw. We saw that. And it is that, I think this line might be the most confusing line I've ever seen in the history of Halloween. Not because it's bright colored. That's not what confuses me about it. I actually get it, especially it's coming out in summer. People might want to decorate with those colors. Some people just decorate for Halloween in those colors. So it's not the line that, like the color scheme that confuses me. It's the things in the collection. Like we have disco ball ghosts, or, sequins ghosts, like big sequins, multicolored ghosts. Then we have ghost pillows and stuffed skeletons and these little skulls with bows and stuff like that. That's on the spooky side of life. Then psychedelic looking jack-o'-lanterns, like paper mache looking jack-o'-lanterns with the swirly different colors and all that. I have no idea where I'm going right now. Where is this taking me? I don't know, but we're going on an adventure. We're off-roading, everybody. You have all that kind of stuff makes sense in the line. Like, even though it's not my favorite color scheme, it makes sense. It's Summerween. It's got the color scheme. It's got the whole thing going. Then they slap us in the face with roller skates and a telephone randomly and like a thumbs up or a peace sign or something that I am so confused. And it'd be one thing, like last year they did the peace sign, like the little tabletop decor with the peace sign, but it was a witch hand and the hand looked like a witch. And even if the roller skates had little jack-o'-lantern somewhere or little pumpkins, or they had something that made it Halloween, I would be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But no, it's just a roller skate with nothing spooky on it that I could see. Maybe I missed the spooky part, but it's just a roller skate in a pastel color. And then you've got a telephone, a pink telephone that doesn't have a skull or anything. It's just a telephone, a pink telephone. That's it. Anyway, I know it goes with the color scheme. I know it goes technically with the line, but it's still not, it doesn't though go with the theme at all. I don't know. But they did have some really cute pieces in here in this color scheme. They had some cute pillows in here. They had ghosty pillows. They had this one that said Moonlight Mischief or something on it. They had some really fuzzy blankets in this line and some cute little signs that said trick or treat. And I think they had a little countdown in here. They had some really cute stuff. And then they had a couple of plushy things in here that did not belong in the Mischief and Magic or Magic and Mischief or whatever that line is. It didn't belong in there. It was the little stuffed, these little plushy guys. And it said on the tag, vintage spirits on the tag. And they had the jack-o'-lantern guy, the black cat, and the skeleton guy. And those are from the vintage spirits line. So I was getting kind of excited that they were somewhere around, but I think they were just put in this area. But they actually don't belong in there. But anyway, we did see a little taste of vintage spirits. I didn't walk away empty-handed, but that was all they had. And it was in the wrong little area. But that's okay. It looked good in there, honestly. Anyway, so they did have the Mischief and Magic line. Anything I'm missing, I'll show here. Then they also had the Bound by Magic line. They had some things in the Bound by Magic. They had all the things that are so good this year. They had the little drawers that pull out, like the little drawer little things. Those are so cute. They had the little shelves. They had like the big cabinet that has, it's like a blue cabinet. It looks like a celestial looking cabinet. And now that I'm seeing this line in person, I'll just show everything while I'm jabbing my jaws. Now seeing this line in person, I totally get what it is. Like one side is more of the magician kind of magic stuff. The other side is more of the celestial. Definitely, we've been talking about this in the comments, definitely those 90s feels with that kind of celestial decor, the golds and the velvets and the starbursts and the moons and the suns with the faces in them. Very 90s vibes in this collection. And they had all sorts of stuff in this collection. Wall decor, things that said like little signs. They had tarot wall decor. They had a big tarot mirror that was gold and had like the mirror in it. They had all the different zodiac signs. They had, oh, what else did they have? Just a bunch of different wall decor, larger pieces, smaller pieces. They had these eyes, like 2 different eyes, 2 different sizes. And they had, what else did they have for wall decor? They had all sorts of wall decor. And then they had some tabletop decor. They had these crystal looking things on stands. They had little trinket boxes, little trinket trays. They had, oh man, all sorts of tabletop, little signs, tabletop signs. They had, what other little tabletop decor did they have? They had a bunch of stuff in here. I mean, they had so many. All the items in this line are beautiful. None of them go with my house, like how my house is decorated, but I love this collection. Even if it doesn't go with my color scheme in my house or my themes that I have, this whole collection is so good. I love it. And they had these velvet pedestal looking things, like a seat pedestal looking thing. Some really cool pieces in here and all that color scheme, the blues and the golds. But they had a whole lot to choose from in this collection. They were still putting it out. They had these long metal kind of dangly things. They're just dangly things, like a long metal dangly thing with sun and moon and stars, or it's just like a celestial look. They had a big tarot card picture that said the moon on it, or maybe it was the sun, or maybe it was both. And then they just had a whole bunch of stuff in here. That celestial vibe, the royal blue and the gold. Oh man, it was so good. And then they had the magician section that had the little cabinets that looked like they're sawing, like, you know, when you saw the person in half. It was like that, but with the cabinets, so it has the sections of the person, you know, and then you open the little cabinet. And then they had the little framed version of it. And then they had these candle holders that had these chains. And they had, what else did they have in this area? Some plates and lots of wall decor in this area. They had tabletop decor. This little section is a really, really cool, unique section. But the celestial part of it, I was mesmerized by the celestial. Anything else I'm missing in this area, I'll show here. It was really cool looking. I love the celestial concept and the magician concept. Even though they don't go with a lot of things in my house, I just feel like it's a really unique line. I love unique lines and things that you're not going to see everywhere. And then they also had a whole bunch of zodiac pillows with all the different zodiac signs. So I went through each and every one and showed all the different, and of course I showed the Libra, because you know I had to show the Libra. But they had all the different zodiac signs. I love these pillows. We saw some Halloween at Michael's. I'm the most excited. Lee Summit coming through, and now we're in Independence, I believe. Or are we in Kansas City? I don't know exactly where we're at, everybody. Let me see. I think we're in Kansas City technically. Running into Gabe's. We're going to see if they have Halloween. On the Facebook group, I saw some Halloween in here, so I know we're going to see some, but I don't know what we're going to see. It seems like today, a lot of these stores so far have been putting out stuff today as we speak. So we're going to go in and check it out. Here we go. Here at Gabe's, everybody. Big, little Gabe's, big Gabe's. What are we calling it, everybody? Gabe, we're coming for you. Cute. Look at these pillows. Some Halloween pillows. These are cute. How much do you want for these? $10. It's cute. Some skeleton dudes. Silver spider webs. Look at this, you guys. A Halloween Reese's blanket. $12.99. Dallas needs this. Ooh, I love this one with the ghosts and the bats. Love the color scheme of this one. How much is this one? $10. Some ghost cows, everybody. I know ghost cows have been a big conversation this year. Got a ghost cow blanket. What, Mr. Skeleton, sir? The vibes today? The vibes are just vibing today. Everyone today has been so nice. Just so nice. We saw a little bit of Halloween at Gabe's. They had a little setup. They had some spooky blankets that we went through. Some especially candy kind of blankets like Hershey's and Reese's and all sorts of different candy kind of blankets. Then they had like a Peppa Pig one and some other little themed ones, little witchy themed ones, classic Halloween themed ones, black and gray and bats and ghosts and some cutesy little ghosts like doing the most. They had some really good blankets in there. And the prices ranged anywhere from $9.99 to $16.99. The more expensive items, they were the licensed stuff, or, you know, the branded things. Then they had some cute little mugs. They had lots of pinky, like pastels in this area, so pastel mugs. One had a spider web and spiders on the inside. One was a little ghosty. They had a little Dracula mug, and that was probably my favorite out of the bunch. But they had a bunch of different mugs. One of them had more of like a little hippie ghost looking thing. Lots of pinks in this area. They had a little, was it a utensil holder? I can't remember what, some sort of container in the shape of a pink ghost. They also had a little area of dish towels in different colors, different sayings. I didn't get each individual towel. I got mainly just, you know, the whole little line of towels just so you could get a good glimpse of them. But then there were some that I did get close-ups of because I loved these ones. They were some framed looking skeleton, like Victorian looking skeletons. And then they had those hot pads or whatever you want to call them, you know, for like I call them hot pads because you put hot dishes on them. And they had different ones with all different styles, different color schemes. Oh, and they had some towels up front too. They had these ice cream, I got these. I'm going to show you guys what I got. I got these for Summerween. I don't think I'm going to use them this year, but I got them for next year, these Summerween towels. These were $5.49, which is a steal of a deal. Has all these spooky ice cream cones. I thought these were perfect. This is more my vibe for Summerween. I like seeing a variety of Halloween, not just the ghosts and the pink, but also purple and orange, like classic Halloween colors, but Summerween. So this is definitely my Summerween vibe. I also had a bunch of earrings and jewelry, but they had so much that I just showed a general look at the earrings. So if you want to pause and look at them or whatnot, little ghosties, jack-o'-lanterns, ones that said trick or treat, ones that were candy corns. They had so many. They had a little ghost on a flamingo float. So they had some Summerween earrings that I actually ended up getting. They're so cute. But they had so many different earrings and jewelry and all sorts of stuff. They also had these sponges, these jack-o'-lantern makeup sponges. I found some like this at Home Goods or TJ Maxx, Marshalls, whatever, several years ago, and I haven't seen them back, so I snagged these as soon as I saw them. Although my boys love to get their hands on these because they love the jack-o'-lantern faces, so I have to hide them from them, but I love these Halloween sponges. And then what else do we see? And then the ghost cows are happening at Gabe's. I guess this is a trend this year I did not see coming, the ghost cow, because we saw the ghost cow at Cracker Barrel. Now we're seeing ghost cows at Gabe's. We saw the blanket, and they had little figurines, little tabletop decor of all these little ghost cows. They had various ones. Some that were classic looking white ghosts, some that had like a more of like a hooded cape on. And they also had some ghost decor, just like classic Halloween ghost decor that aren't cows. They had little witch hat decor. One was a jack-o'-lantern with a witch hat that had a little dangly spider. Then one was a witch hat, I think, on stacked books with a spider hanging. They also had some velvet pink decor. It was like a velvet pink stack of books with a skull on the top. And then they had a velvet purplish pinkish fuchsia skull. And I did see a crow piece. So I do know that some gothic looking pieces are coming, or classic Halloween pieces are coming, and not just ghost cows, because I did see a crow piece and a couple witchy items, and then there was also a scary clown looking set thing and a stack of jack-o'-lantern, like a big stack of jack-o'-lanterns. It's like a wooden sign thing. Also saw some shower curtains. They had a cat one, more of a classic Halloween looking one. What was the last one? Was it witchy? I can't remember. Or was it classic Halloween too? I don't know. But they had some Halloween shower curtains. They also had some Halloween and Summerween bed sheets. And I say Summerween because they had pink cowgirl ghost bed sheets and pink skeletons, pink bats, pink and orange jack-o'-lanterns. And then they had pink sheets with little Halloween popsicles. So they were definitely Summerween sheets. Then they had, of course, classic Halloween sheets. So bats, skeletons, witches flying on brooms, jack-o'-lanterns, so classic Halloween colors, classic Halloween themed sheets, and they had all different sizes, and the prices kind of depended on what you were getting. The twin was $10, or the full was $10, and then the king was $16 or $17, I think $16.99, and then the queen I think was $14.99. So really good prices at Gabe's. So anyways, we saw the spooky goods today, everybody. All Halloween everywhere. Every place we checked today, we saw Halloween. We're gonna be back out on the hunt because I am stalking Michael's right now. I would love to see the Vintage Spirits line this week if we could see it. So I'll be stalking Michael's. So we're going to be back out on the hunt. We're going to check a couple of Michael's. And so I'll see ya when I see ya. It's another day, sir. Another day, another messy bun. Because it's freaking hot. Hey everyone, it is another day. Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. Sir, hold on. Railroad track, sir. Woo! It is another day. It's another gloomy, cloudy day. You know I love a gloomy day. But it's also like the humidity is 3,000%. Might as well be because it is so freaking humid out. At least it's cloudy out. I'll take it. I'll take it, Mr. Skeleton. It beats that the sun glaring at us. So I'll take the clouds and the humidity. I'll take it all. I mean, I'd prefer October, but it's not even July. So I can shut my trap. Hoping these clouds bring us some spooky luck, Mr. Skeleton. So far this week, we've had really good luck out on the hunt. We saw stuff at home. We saw stuff at Michael's. We saw some spooky goods out at Gabe's. Everywhere we went, we saw a little something spooky. I'm hoping the spooky luck continues into today. Today, where are we going, Mr. Skeleton? Today, are you crossing? Where are you going, sir? I don't know where you're going. Where are we going today, Mr. Skeleton? We're going to like a little shopping center area that has Home Goods, Five Below, Michael's. So we're gonna hit all those spots right now. I don't know if that's the only place we're going today. It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on if we see this Vintage Spirits line at, I almost said Walmart. What am I even talking about, Mr. Skeleton? At Big Mike's, y'all. At Big Mike's. I almost forgot we call it the Big Mike's now. Okay, wait. It depends on if we see the Vintage Spirits line at Michael's. But Big Mike's, you know. Because I'm dying to see this Vintage Spirits line. I'm thinking about seeing things in the flesh right now. That is where my brain is at. I am so excited to see Halloween in person. It does something to my soul. Even if I don't buy one single individual thing, I just love looking at it. Like the other day, even that tie-dye pink, purple, teal line, just to see a jack-o'-lantern, even though it was a psychedelic jack-o'-lantern, just to see a jack-o'-lantern smiling back at me does something to my soul. So I just thoroughly enjoy this time of year. I enjoy going out, seeing the sights, experiencing it in the freaking hot summer. And that being said, y'all, guess what time it is? It is time for a game of Is It Fall or Is It Dead? And y'all, this one is a good one. This one is better than the last one we saw at Walmart in the last Halloween hunting video. And if you're not familiar with this game, if you're new here, first of all, welcome to the Spooky family. We're excited to have you. So we play a game every year called Is It Fall or Is It Dead? It starts getting really good as you get closer to fall, like August. It starts getting real good. And we start determining as we're seeing trees with fall-looking leaves, we start to decide, is it fall? Is fall coming? Or is this tree dead? And that's the game we love to play. So this one is a good one because look at these leaves, you guys. Look at these leaves. Hold on, let me get a good visual. I'm gonna zoom in on my phone. Look at this tree. If I didn't know any better, if I didn't know it was not even July yet, I would say it's fall. Look at these cloudy skies, these orange leaves. It looks like a cool, crisp fall day out. You wouldn't know it's 5,000 degrees. Like, it looks like October. I don't even know if this is capturing the leaves in all of its glory, how orange they are. They are bright freaking orange. It's almost, I can't tell if this is feeding my soul or crushing my soul, because it's feeding my soul because I'm loving this visual right now in the air conditioning of my car. It feels like October. But as soon as I get out of my car, it is going to be a cruel trick. Trick or treat, everybody. And it's a trick today. The trickery of Halloween season is getting us, because I'm going to step out of this car and it's going to be freaking humid and hot and not October tree. So I think that tree is probably just a new tree doing something, shedding. I don't really know. I'm not a, what do you call, arborist, a horticulturist, but it's not green. It's not flourishing. It's not looking the greatest it's ever looked in its life. I mean, it looks great. The orange looks great, but it looks a little sparse. It looks a little bit like the garland, that sad garland we saw at Dollar Tree. Looks a little bit like that. So anyway, I hope it lives to tell the tale, but right now it's looking a little grim, everybody. All right, we're here at Home Goods. We've been jabbing our jaws. We're going in. All right, just left Home Goods, saw no Halloween. Now we're cruising over to Five Below. We're gonna try our luck, everybody. All right, everyone, we just left Home Goods and Five Below. And Home Goods had zero Halloween. No signs of Halloween at Home Goods, which is to be expected. I think it's gonna be after 4th of July out here. I think some people are seeing some little things here and there at their Home Goods. TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I know TK Maxx over in the UK, they're getting all sorts of Halloween, Summerween, all the weens out, everybody. But I think it's going to be after 4th of July here in good old Kansas, y'all. Then we cruised over to Five Below. They had some Halloween things out. And I'm going to say Halloween and not just horror. They did have some horror stuff out. Horror stuff out. They had, there's a distinction. Had these little felt ghosty guys, these boo, I can't remember what they were called, these little figurine guys. And they had a Peanuts Frankenstein and Snoopy in a jack-o'-lantern. So I know those were Halloween, even though you could say Frankenstein's not technically like Halloween as far as, you know, it's not like a jack-o'-lantern or something. But, so you could just be like, oh, well, maybe it was just a Frankenstein theme thing. But no, they had Snoopy in a jack-o'-lantern. So I think it was Halloween. And then they did have some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, little figurines, and like little felty looking figurines, another little one that with the face that changes on Jack. And then they did have some horror stuff. They had Chucky, like a little Chucky figure. They had, or maybe a couple different Chucky figures. Then they had this little, what was it? It was a Halloween 2 Michael Myers coloring book looking thing. Oh, they had these trolls. They had trolls that looked like different horror figures. And that's what we saw at Five Below. So we didn't see nothing at Five Below. We saw something, but it was, I didn't see any jack-o'-lanterns or ghosts or skeletons. I did see those little ghosts. Never mind, I did see some ghosts. But I didn't see like home decor. They were mainly little figurines, little toy kind of things. All right, we're here at Michael's. Let's go see what they're putting out at good old Michael's. Here we go. I'm hoping for the Vintage Spirits line. Michael, Big Mike, come through for your ghoul. We're here at Big Mike's. We're going in. We just left Big Mike's, y'all. And they had some Halloween. They had the same thing we saw at the last Michael's. They had the Bound by Magic line and the Mischief and Magic and Mischief, whatever that one is, they had that too. And that's all they had at good old Big Mike's, everybody. Can I even get out of here? Where am I going? How am I getting out of here? Do we know? Does anybody know? What was I going to say? about something. We're going to another Michael's. That's what I was going to say. I want to cruise out to this other Michael's really quickly. Then I want to run into Target really quickly and see if they have anything in their Bullseye Playground. I got it right. Got it right. I always say dang dollar spot. Their Bullseye Playground. See if they have anything in their Bullseye Playground and see. I don't think their pajamas are out in store yet, but I did want to mention this because Target put out Summerween pajamas, like actual Summerween pajamas with little ghosties with glasses, like sunglasses on, and skeletons doing the most summer activities. Then they have actual Halloween pajamas. Like, I think they're fleecy, like they have boxer shorts, and they have pants, and they're black with white ghosts. They're really cute. And they have a sleep shirt or top, like, it looks like you could wear the shirt with the pants or shorts, but it's long. It's like a long sleep shirt, sleep dress, something like that. You can wear pants with it or not. I think pants are optional. The pants are a side thing. The pants are for when you go outside, everybody. Anyways, we're going to a different Michael's. I'm hoping this Michael's has that vintage spirits line. I've yet to see it. There's one other Michael's close by. I'm not going to stop by there though because I was just there not that long ago and they said it would be a couple of weeks and that they just didn't seem like they were in a rush to put it out. So I think if they have anything out, they're going to have their Bound by Magic line and their Mischief and Magic. All right, Big Mike. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, sir. We're going in. Here we go, Mr. Skeleton. All right, everyone, we just left Michael's or Big Mike's or whatever his name is. And we saw, I'm not complaining. We saw the Bound by Magic line and the Pastel Mischief Magic, whatever it's called, line. Seems like no one in my area, none of these Michael's are getting the Vintage Spirits line out. And the good news is I didn't miss it. So that's the good news. That's what I like to tell myself. The bad news is we haven't seen it yet. So maybe it'll be in the next Halloween hunting video. Fingers crossed. I was hoping to see it before the weekend, but it is what it is. It's okay. So that's what we saw so far at Michael's or Big Mike's, y'all. We saw the beginnings of Halloween, Bound by Magic, and the pastel, psychedelic, Mischief Magic, Mischief and Magic, Magic and Mischief, whatever. I don't even know. At this point, I'm annoying myself not knowing. But I'm excited to see the progression of the season and how things, like I know we've got several more lines coming out at Michael's. At Home they were really just getting started the other day. And like they were putting out all their big items. Gabe's was just getting started with their items. So we at least saw some Halloween. We're going to run into Target. I don't know if we're going to see Halloween in here. But we'll run in anyway. We're gonna see what we can find. So let's go in. All right, no Halloween in there, but I did find some gluten-free Cheez-Its, y'all. I have been looking for these everywhere in my area and haven't come across them, and we found them at Target, everybody. Gluten-free Cheez-Its. I have not had a Cheez-It in almost 20 years. Oh, that should be a crime, everybody. It should be a crime. I was 21 when I found out I had celiac disease. So it hasn't quite been 20 years, but every time my kids eat one, Dallas eats one, I just sit there and stare at it. I am so excited to try a gluten-free Cheez-It. Let me smell them. I figure we do it right here in the flesh. Oh man, it smells like Cheez-Its, everybody. There's no way. It's a Cheez-It. It's a dang Cheez-It. They're even better than I remember. I don't even remember what they taste like, so I can't tell you accurately if they taste the same, but in my brain, they taste the same. Without cheese. I'm gonna eat this whole dang box. That's what I'm gonna do, Mr. You wanna bite, sir? Oh, look, it fell right out of your bones. If you could taste it though, sir, if you had taste buds, you would get it. They're so good. Today was a bad day. We saw some Halloween. Hey everyone, we have reached the end of this video, a very unexpected ending to this video. I currently feel like a completely different human than I was at the beginning of this video, and I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't even know where to start, but I felt like I needed to hop on here really quickly and break some news to the spooky family, because I know a lot of you have been here for a while. Some of you have been here for over a decade, and you've gotten to know my family and you've become a part of my family. And as I film vlogs and we get into Vlogoween and then Vlogmas, you guys are gonna notice a very important part of my life no longer there. But I wanted to let you guys know that Dad the Sagittarius, my dad, passed away. And it was very unexpected. And this is one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through in my life. And I don't know what the future holds. I feel like right now just a totally different person. Let me get some tissues. I don't know why I didn't already have these out, because I knew I was gonna need them. Anyways, I'm not really too sure what's to come. I don't know if I'm taking a break. I don't know if I'm gonna wanna stay busy. I don't know if I'm gonna wanna bury myself under the car. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. I've never lost a parent before. I lost my father-in-law 12 years ago, I think it was, and it opened my eyes to spending every opportunity I had to spend with my parents or make a memory with my parents. It became really important. Like, it just changed. Losing my father-in-law changed my relationship with my parents. I've always been very close with my parents, but it made me, in my adult life, cherish every moment with my parents. And so I have no regrets with my dad. I know we had so many memories, and from childhood all the way, my dad was the best dad. And he's just an amazing man, an amazing person. He grew up on a farm, and he joined the Air Force. He became a doctor. He was not just my hero, but he saved lives. And then in the midst of all of that, he still was this amazing family man. So he was everything to everybody, and just the most selfless, kind, and also funny, and had the best stories. And what I would give to hear one more story from my dad. And he was so long-winded. He went on forever, just like me. I'm just like that. And I think I learned my storytelling from my dad, and I hope I can carry that on. Anyways, I wanted to let you guys know a little bit about my dad and who he is, and also let you know that right now I'm grieving, and I don't know, and I'm just leaning on you guys, spooky family. I know so many of you have been through this. I've read comments before where you've gone through something similar and you've lost your parent or a loved one, and I know so many of you have been here, and it's unbearably painful, and grief is so hard because it comes in waves. It never really goes away. And so if you're also out there and you've gone through something similar, you're going through something similar, my heart goes out to you. And you don't have to watch this part if it's too painful, but also if you need someone to relate to, I hope it helps, because there's just no instruction book. There's no right thing to say. Grief is one of those things that just, it lingers, and you don't know. It's something so simple as earlier, I started bawling because my dad sits in his spot on the couch. It's his spot. He sits in the same spot every time he comes over. And I know I had all of these memories with my dad. I know I don't regret anything when it comes to my dad. I know we had amazing memories together. I am heartbroken for my children, and I'm heartbroken for my dad, who I know isn't even here anymore, but he really wanted he really wanted to be alive. And he really wanted to watch his grandkids grow up. And he really wanted to take my boys fishing. He was just saying the other day that we got to go shopping for a fishing pole soon. And he put together a bike for my boys. And we were just at the petting zoo. And he was pushing the boys around in their wagon. And telling endless stories as we're walking through. He always said to me when I'd give him a hug and tell him goodbye, he would always tell Dallas and I that we're doing great. We're doing great because he knew that we have our hands full and it can get really overwhelming sometimes. Just wanted to let you guys know in case you notice. I don't even know if you'll notice anything. I don't know what to expect. I'm feeling slightly lost right now, but I don't know. I am naturally high energy, positive. I mean, I hope I'm a positive person, but I just am kind of a silly, high energy person naturally. I think I get that from both my parents, but I'm also, I don't know. I've never lost a parent before, so I don't know what to expect. And so I just wanted to put that out there to let you guys know because you're part of the family, but also, I don't really know, like if I'm behind on videos a little bit or if I seem slightly off or something, or whatever it is, just know that my family is going through it right now. We're in a lot of pain. Anyways, we're gonna do a send-off. I did one in the video, but I don't even know where it cut off. I would think I was eating gluten-free Cheez-Its, which by the way are gonna come in handy even though I haven't really been hungry. So please be kind. Please be kind. And I didn't want to freaking cry on the internet, but also maybe I'll keep the crying because if you're also going through this, if you're going through something similar, it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be, we could do this together. Here's a tissue. But I think just a spooky family, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this community and how you guys have been here for me, for my family, for each other in the comments, on the Facebook group. You guys rally and show your support for others and for my family. And I couldn't ask for a better community. So I just wanted to thank you guys for everything, for being here, for being good people, reminding us that community still exists and that, we can find each other in these little random portals of the world and come together and enjoy things together and laugh together and cry together and be there for each other. So I really appreciate you guys. I just can't thank you enough for always being here. But anyway, thank you guys. And I'm going to do a proper send off. Thank you for hanging out here and going Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton, who's out in the car waiting for another hunt. Sir, I'm sorry. Taking the weekend to rest. Anything you want to talk about in this video? Anything we did? Don't feel like you can't comment some of the funny things that we did in this video or the Halloween. This doesn't have to be all of the sad stuff. So don't feel like in the comments you're a jerk because you didn't, talk about the sad stuff. Because honestly, or if you want to do a little bit of both, because that's who my dad was too. He's the kind of guy that, if you're going through something heavy, he's going to be there for you and also offer a little pun or funny, something to uplift your spirits. And don't feel like you're insensitive if you talk about, is it fall or is it dead? Because we're talking about trees, everybody. So I know he wouldn't want me to sit here crying. He would want us to be laughing and having a good time. And so I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to not be too sad. But I know it's a little bit of everything. 1 minute I can make little jokes and the next minute I don't feel so good, So anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.